All right, all set then. Hello everyone, we're live. Hi, it's me, Curiouser, and Jeff Zanzibar, and we're waiting on Sandy right now. So in the meantime, we have stuff to show, and I just want to say Merry Christmas to everyone. And when I know it's not quite here yet, but it's getting here. Before we know it, time is flying like crazy. So yeah, I'm gonna show a couple things. You say hi, Jeff.
Hi, everyone. Anyone there yet?
No, no, I don't see anyone.
They will be soon enough.
Oh, my computer's being a little slow. Bless you.
She says thank
Yeah.
you.
Yeah, so I was just saying time seems like it's flying, huh? What do you think? Hi, Mandanimal here. Hi.
Hi,
You think
Mandanimal.
time is going unusually fast or whatever?
Yep.
Seems like
There we
to
go.
me. All right, I'm set here. I'm gonna
Hi, Mandela
go ahead.
Affected and Shanna O'Brien.
Yeah, welcome. All right, here we go. So first, we'll start off with this is a new one to me, chocolate bitto honey. I have never heard of this before. Wondering who has. Just amazing to me. This is an 80s candy. Apparently, this was out in the 80s, and at the time I was really into candy, and I think I had every single one of them down, and never heard of this one.
Me either. Never saw that before.
No. So anyway, if you guys want to answer in the chat, you can. Let's see what we got here.
I agree with
Okay.
Mandanimal. Yuck.
Okay, no one agrees on me like this, or on this one, but we are all can be from different realities. But I remember clearly this song by Ashford and Simpsons. Ashford and Simpson. The lyrics differently. I remember. Oops, sorry. Solid like a rock. It was solid like a rock. For me, now everybody says it's solid as a rock, and yet it sounds fine, solid as a rock. But I clearly remember in my head solid like a rock. So I don't
I
know.
remember it the way it currently is very
Yeah,
clearly, but
yeah,
I believe you because different
yeah,
realities and all that.
yeah. Yeah, yeah, I remember it very clearly. This one, uh, very strange to me that it's changed. So okay, and here is Darth Vader's just looking ridiculous. That silver, but however, his top part is really black, so it's kind of residue. You see that?
Yeah, the top looks right.
It's
The head,
solid black.
nothing else looks right, but that does.
The rest looks ridiculous,
Hmm.
just all silver and
Yeah.
gray. So it's kind of like, yeah.
And the thing is, there shouldn't be all this variation of how he looks
Not
everywhere
at all. No,
every
never,
time you
never,
look him
never.
up. It's crazy. It should
No,
be
he was
one
always
way.
solid black to me. I was young when it very first came out, and he was scary, just pure black. And that was all I remembered of him.
Yeah. He was definitely all black. There was no
Yeah.
silver, no red eyes occasionally, none of that stuff that we
Mm-mm.
see.
No.
existed. It was just all
And it
black.
really throws you off. You feel like you're looking at a different character now, you know?
Yeah,
And I remember his cape was much larger. Have you noticed his cape should be really big? Like,
it should be bigger than that.
uh-huh.
Yeah, definitely.
I remember a big cape on him.
Yeah,
All right, and so I took pictures of more of these. I don't know if you guys know the Marvel, Marvel. I don't know them, but if you guys see anything strange, just feel free to say something, because I don't know if these are the costumes, the right ones. And that's what Luke Skywalker. No, is it?
yeah.
Oh, okay. So that's like the newer Star Wars. Um, oh, and this little guy, So I just took some pictures at work. This this Marvel. Uh,
Oh, there's the Marvel.
guys. But yeah, Spider-Man. What is that? Is he black? Wasn't he blue? Red and blue?
Yeah, that might be some kind of newer version, though. I'm not
And what
familiar
what is
enough
with
with it
his
to know.
hand? What is with his hand? Why is he
Yeah,
doing that?
it's a little weird. Like there's a few things there that are different. Obviously, the black
Yeah.
is one of them,
But
and the
why is
hands
his
are weird.
hand doing that?
Yeah, that's a little odd.
Yeah, that is weird. Oh my god, I just noticed that. His hand is making a. I don't know. I'm confused on what that means, because I've heard that it could be like a devil sign, then I've heard that it means I love you, and I don't know. I don't know what it means when they do
Mandela
that.
Mandela Effect. It said that's how he shoots spider webs, and I think I've seen that before.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
Yeah, that makes sense. But I've never seen him in black at all like that.
Yeah, yeah, it's black. I remember blue.
Now
Okay.
I've seen like a villain version of him that was all black, but not him being having any
Yeah.
black on him at all. It was just red and blue.
Uh-oh. Oh no. I love pictures. I'm sorry, guys. My computer's being slow today. I don't know why, but there's just like two more. Okay, this one's not loading. Oh no. Alright, let me just see what's wrong. Ah, oh, that's weird. Here, ow! Jeez. Ah, scratch. Alright, I'm getting there. Always something. Alright, here's this guy. I don't know who this is. So I don't know. Star Wars. And then there's these. I don't know who these are. Okay, so that ends that. Let's go
Boba
on
Fett. That was Boba Fett.
to. Okay. I'll figure it out. All right. Not very Christmassy, but kind of is, because I mean, as you all know, Friday the 13th, Jason, his mask is really funny. He's got all that red and on it, and so it's kind of an off-white color too, which I remember solid white.
Yeah, yeah, that doesn't look
So
right.
I did get this from the the Lampoon Christmas Vacation, like residue. It looks like to me. because he's supposed to be wearing the Jason mask, and it's just solid white.
Yeah.
Square holes, not round. There's no red marks on it. It's
Yeah, I
perfect. It's
remember.
perfect residue
Solid white. Yeah.
of how it was.
And
Look
no
at it
red.
now. It's just ridiculous now. That doesn't
Oh,
look
wait a
familiar at
minute.
all.
What is that supposed to be? What?
That's Jason's mask. Now, here it is again. Now, you see how the triangle on his forehead,
Yeah.
and some of them have these red ones, and some of them don't. This red on his cheeks. Some of them have the red on his cheeks here, and some of them do not have that. And then this one doesn't have it, but this one here, you see, there's red on his cheeks.
Yeah.
Look at the background. There's none.
Oh, wow. That one right
So,
there. If I didn't know any better, I wouldn't even know that that was supposed to be him.
oh,
That's
doesn't
how
look like
bad
him.
that one is.
Exactly. I was gonna say it doesn't look bring any memories to this
No.
movie at all. But look at the National Lampoon, and that looks like him, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, I got that. Okay, that's it for that. And then I wanted to show. Let's see, something on my group. Hold on, let me get in there. And I don't know if you saw this, Jeff, but this is an article of that I found of parents swept up into controversy over this. After school Satan clubs speak out
I did
as it
see
would
that.
send. Did you see it?
Yeah. Sign of the times,
Did you know what?
unfortunately.
Have you heard anything about it?
Other than
Yeah,
that article, I have not.
I mean that's terrible. They're pushing that too, and, and
Yeah,
they're
they're pushing.
apparently scaring kids and
Yeah, they're pushing
everything.
all kinds of evil now.
Yeah, so I'm glad they're going to fight back with all this. See what happens. I mean,
It's about time.
they're going to be very confused, the kids, if they, have one religion and they're looking at this.
Hmm.
It's not right. They should just listen to the parents instead.
See, this is the
Anyway,
kind of stuff
I wanted to
that blows
show
my
you that.
mind, though. Like, it blows my mind that they would show this kind of stuff to kids. When I was a kid, there was no way. Like, that was off limits. All
No,
this kind of
no,
stuff.
no way.
Like anything mildly inappropriate, like that we said or we did. I mean, we would get lectured for it. And
No,
now they're
this is
pushing all this
wrong.
evil on kids. I don't understand.
It's totally wrong. It's making them, you know, confused and brain dead
Yeah.
and all these horrible things. They
Hmm.
grow.
It's
And
traumatizing. Why would they
yeah,
want to do that?
I know.
And then there's this weird thing here.
Leave them alone. Okay, yeah, Jeff, this is yours. So do you want to read it?
Yeah. Okay, so I found this. Every year on the first Sunday in April, a bizarre festival takes place in Kawasaki, Japan. The Shinto Kanamara Matsuri, which translates to Festival of the Steel Phallus, also known as the Penis Festival, is held at Kawasaki's Kaneyama Shrine.
Oh, jeez. Children. Oh no.
Now, this kind of stuff was off limits in any country in my old reality. This is
Mm-hmm.
crazy. This festival was started in 1969. That's even crazier. And has become well known, attracting tourists throughout the world. Have you ever heard of this before?
No, that's just madness. What am I doing?
It's crazy. I mean, why? Like, what's the point of something like this? So stupid.
It is very stupid.
It's kind of funny in a way, too, but very stupid. During this festival, you can find art, candy, carvings, decorations, toys, trinkets, and even a parade depicting a dedicated to the penis.
What in the hell are they?
The glasses with the nose
Children. Yeah,
that really
children.
gets me.
What do children think? I mean, this is
Yeah,
just ridiculous. That's
completely.
stupid.
In recent years, there's been female representation at the penis festival too. Very sick, depraved reality we're living in now.
Yeah,
This is not the reality I came from.
yeah, it's pretty. In my reality, this would be just sicko. I
Yeah,
mean, it, it's the male private part. Just keep it private.
yeah. You just like
Ridiculous.
in my old
Oh
reality, you just didn't joke about this stuff. Even like people would get
no,
offended. You had to be careful, like who you even
stupid.
joked around with about stuff like this. And now it's like out in the open, ridiculous stuff like this just blows my
Yeah.
mind.
I'm sorry. We should have gave a child warning. Children.
Yeah, we should
Yeah,
have.
I hope you guys, the 18 and over warning for that, please.
Because
I
unlike the people
totally
that run
didn't
this
know it.
festival, we
Yeah.
actually care about that.
Yes. All right. Let's move along here. So, okay, I think we did that. Did that. Mm, okay.
So in the chat, I can't read that name. Mikado, I can read that part, but modern festival, or they've been doing it in the old days. Pride parade is like a modern thingy. Well, this particular parade has been going on since 1969, which is crazy to me.
Yeah, that is. It's going way back.
Yeah. I mean, especially back then. I mean, come on. No way.
Okay, this looks interesting. We'll try this. This is Brian McFarland's stuff. So this is okay. I can read. There's some things I've never heard of or seen before in the human eye, which may or may not be an ME. But I'm curious to know if these are new for you as well. Have you ever heard of sunflower eyes? How about freckled eyes? Sunflower eyes is a genetic trait where the fibers of the eyes are more prominent in the center and colored differently from the rest of the iris. speckles of yellow. I've noticed that in my eyes, but these are just like really a lot. And only thing is, I read this was rare a long time ago. Now it's apparently not, or something. None of these photos are edited, but some have had their color enhanced. The ones that look edited were actually taken with micro lens.
That's so weird.
The standard is yellow/gold in the middle of the eye, but it includes any color variation. For example, dark blue eyes with a pale blue center. Different stuff
I've
in the
never
center.
never seen anybody with eyes
No,
like that ever.
no,
Any of that.
very bizarre.
Yeah.
Now on the now to freckled eyes. I've seen people have a spot or two on their iris before, but this is not what this is. This is a genetic mutation where the eye is covered with many spots, sometimes varying colors, but mostly the same color spots that are different from the eye color. Have you ever seen this before? No.
That one is
Oh my
really
God.
crazy. Shanna O'Brien says, yes, mine are like that. Really?
Okay.
Wow.
Really? Uh,
Never met anybody who had any of that. Orion people. Yeah, probably.
wow. Very different.
No, sorry.
Mm,
Never seen freckled eyes. Nope. Neither have we.
no. All right. So that was okay. Here is also I think actually wait. No. Okay, let me do this one. All right. In the ME community, many of us have discussed the speech in Maldives, the glow caused by microorganisms now classified as a form of algae. But recently I discovered it's not just this microorganism algae that does this, and it's not just happening in a faraway tropical place. The two culprits of glowing oceans and seas are dinoflagellates dinoflagellates blue and Pyrocystis noctolans, healthy green algae, and toxic red algae. The dinoflagellates tend to have a sparkly appearance, while Pyrocystis noctolans look more like fluid glow. Let's see, bioluminescence, blah, blah, blah. Okay, it's glowing sand, Oregon, Washington. Hold on, guys. I'll be right back. okay, I'm back. Sorry. Let's see. But the new MEs are where they are located: country, Cork, Oregon, Washington State, Florida, Virginia, even New Jersey. You can catch this happening all over the world now. Wow. Yeah, that's really crazy. New
It
MEs.
is.
San
And
Diego.
I lived in New
Mm,
Jersey and I never saw
yeah.
that. Ever.
Yeah, yes, Cindy has never heard of that. She was there. San Diego. What happened? Bandit formation, which doesn't make sense at all. What are these lines? What is that? I mean, are we in a matrix? I mean, it looks like it's like computerized. Just
It does.
oh my god, so weird.
And I don't believe we are in a
I
matrix.
know.
But when I see stuff like this, I start to
Yeah.
wonder.
Wonder. Yeah. Like we could be really small in a matrix if it's gigantic
Mhm.
intelligence. I don't know. I guess these are micro uh, pictures and stuff. It's really quite pretty, but who has ever heard of this? And
Right?
all over the U.S. No, 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 no.
All of a sudden, everything's
Yeah,
very colorful, much
yeah.
more than we remember.
Mhm. Yeah. Just.
Like, how does that even happen? That's crazy. I would freak out if I saw that in person.
I know, and it's commonplace.
I definitely wouldn't
Oh,
swim in it, that's for sure.
no, I wouldn't want to touch it either. No.
No.
There's also another creature which I never heard of that can mimic the dinoflagellates when dumped onto the beach. Sea fireflies. These little guys are Ostracod crustaceans, a teeny form of shrimp that emit a glow as a defense mechanism and sparkly when dumped out onto the beach like nothing I've ever seen before. Okay, Sandy was showing me this. She thinks these are really cute. So they're really cute though. All right. I think these are these little guys here. Oh, okay. This. Oops. Okay. Apparently they spray out as these little fish. They spray some actual glowing stuff. Yeah, it's just this glow stuff is now all over. It's glowing and just amazing. Yeah, here's a little shrimp. Look how cute. See? They glow. Yeah.
They are kind of cute,
Hmm.
but it's
Oh, look,
still
here's people.
crazy.
Jeff, here's people who have gone into it. You can also now leave glowing prints from the algae. Do you remember this from the first time this phenomenon was discovered? Yeah, people are now going into it and leaving prints. Look
That's really weird.
at that. Yeah, this is just the normal stuff. Never heard of it.
Me either.
Alright, here we go. Moving right along. I don't know, we're standing. Sorry guys, this should be good. Hi, I'm sorry, Jeff, do you want to read?
Yeah. The Sword in the Stone is a Disney film about a mysterious sword that can only be removed by a future king. True or false? Does the sword exist in real life?
I didn't think it did.
I didn't either.
No, just fantasy. Any answers? Can you see the chat?
Yeah. Michael Fontaine says yes and no.
Mm-hmm.
Mandanimal says was false, now true. Yeah. Mandela
Mm-hmm.
Effect did. It probably exists now. Shanna O'Brien is a no. No from Hebrew. Hey, Hebrew, what's up?
Hi.
Artsy909, welcome. Says no. All right. May be true. Claiming to be the sword in the stone of the legend, a sword is encased in stone in Tuscany, Italy, but it was placed there by a saint. It's not the Excalibur of the legend, though they claim it to be. However, the sword in the stone at Monte Siepi Chapel. Yeah, never knew that was based off
No,
something real.
no way.
In 2019, archaeologists were excavating an underwater castle in the Vorbis, whatever that says, river in Bosnia and discovered another sword embedded in stone 36 feet below the surface. Fairy tales are becoming reality, Mandela
Yeah,
Effect.
I know. Have you noticed that? Yeah. Mm,
Yeah. Well, they have no idea how it got there. They carefully removed the sword from the rock and sent it to the lab for testing. Good night, Shanna O'Brien. Carbon dating determined the sword to be 700 years old and is the closest sword found to the time period of the legend of Excalibur. So, a real sword found in stone near the ruins of a castle dating back to the 13th century. Well, there's no way to prove if this sword is Excalibur or not. This find is the closest archaeologists have ever found and could possibly mean the legend is true.
Wow.
Well, was a fairy tale. I guess now it's real.
Really. Um, yeah, I've noticed. I've heard that many times. That, yeah, this was in fantasy. It's
Yeah.
some fantasy thing, and now it's real.
Is it bad that I'm not surprised? I mean, at this point, nothing
I know.
surprises me.
Yeah, I know. All right, I just take turns. Let's see. I don't know if this is a body change or not. Asking the moms out there what you remember from pregnancy. Let's see, two hearts can lift more than one. Yes or no? Do you remember learning that during the early stages of fetal development, all humans technically start life with two hearts? Um, no, never call that. No,
No, me either.
no, 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 no.
Absolutely not.
All right. It says now this is. I say technically because of the way the heart develops. A fetus develops two cardiac tubes, hearts, that eventually fuse, which form the chambers of the heart before other cardiac structures begins to develop. So technically, we all have started life with two hearts that became one. This is the first time I have ever heard of this, but it could be just the info I never knew. What do you think? New info or a new change? Yeah, that's news to me. I have never heard that
Me
either.
too.
So,
Reminds me of this song by Phil
I
Collins, Two Hearts Living in Just One Mind.
yeah, right?
That's what I thought of
And
right away when I saw that.
I mean, there may be a lot of things we don't know about development, but it seems like that one that would have gotten out there somehow.
See, I could go
Um,
with like there were a few things like we didn't know about when it came to stuff like that, but
yeah.
this is just too many already. And it
Mhm.
just keeps happening, so that's pretty sketchy.
A lot of them, can definitely be a Mandela Effect. So many of them. Let's see. Don't lose. Okay, moving right along then. Hold on 2 seconds here. Looks like,
That's a good question, Mandela Effect. If we had two hearts, what happened to the other one?
yeah. No, it just developed into one. So I never heard of that.
All right. This may not be a Mandela Effect, but what I'm about to share is completely new to me, which I find very strange because McDonald's was our go to restaurant when I was a kid.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes or no? Do you remember McDonald's board games? I'm not talking about McDonald's branded games like McDonald's Monopoly, Uno. I'm talking about actual themed board games made by companies like Milton Bradley. So, yes or no? Do any
Wow.
of you remember this? McDonald's board
No
games.
way. Can you
Absolutely not.
believe that?
No. And it gets weirder than this, but I'm not allowed to share any of that yet. But I just know that it
Yeah.
does.
Hmm.
I have no memory of these games existing. The first was released in 1975 and sold through the early 1980s. Several
No.
games have been made since then and are still sold today.
There's no way.
And I know, it's so
This would have been
ridiculous.
all over the place.
Wouldn't we have seen this at some point?
Everyone would have known. Oh yeah, and board games were big thing, and all the way back in the 70s, it would definitely been out in the 80s, and no,
Yeah, there's no way.
people would have been, yeah.
I would have wanted one of those games as a kid.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. You remember board games and how, I mean, they couldn't. It's not something that would have passed us by. Like, all
That's
right,
the thing. Like, we would have
moving on.
known. Because as kids, you know about these
Yeah,
things.
yeah, they would. You would have heard it from every other kid. McDonald's board game
Yeah, and
was
not
one
only
they
that, not only that, but there would have been an advertisement for it. There would have been a commercial on TV, and I
Yeah,
know there wasn't any.
yeah. Where's all the ads, the
Yeah,
advertisements in
but
magazine everywhere?
they haven't popped into our reality yet. I bet you they will.
Mm.
All right, so more than a couple have been made, with their playground play place being the central theme. The current McDonald's board game is McDonald's Play Place game.
Um, yeah, I liked board game. I was really into them, and especially something that pops out like this when you're young.
Yeah,
It would have been really, really cool. Just
yeah,
totally. That's what I liked about the life games, is it had some pop out things.
yeah. I
Um,
like that too.
yeah,
And
and
this is the kind of
this,
thing that would definitely
yeah,
caught our eye if it was in our reality.
I know. It's just,
Especially that one in the top right corner.
oh my gosh, I know. Look at that. So it comes in a little, what is that? A little suitcase thing.
Okay, so
Uh, all right, go ahead.
just because I haven't ever heard of these doesn't make it an ME, which is why I'm asking you.
It is.
Have you ever seen these before? It definitely is, yeah. Or is it just me that missed all of these? There's no way we would have missed these. No.
Oh yeah. I mean, there was every board game. Every single board game was just out there, everywhere.
Yeah,
There
they
wasn't
didn't
that
have.
many.
No, there
Yeah.
weren't that many. You're right, and they did not have restaurant themed board games ever.
Never. No.
That was not a thing in
No.
our old reality.
We're talking about our age, but that's okay.
Yeah,
That's how old I am. No. All right. Let's see. I don't know what is going on with Sandy. Let me see. Maybe she must. Um, maybe something came up. I don't know, but she's not answering. Let's just keep going. All right.
yeah,
Um, all right, Dee, there's even more as far as games go, so let's get some more here. This is crazy. Get ready. All right. A vintage game is doing something shifty. The game now has two spellings. One is what I remember, the other I have never seen before. Please spell the name of the game pictured above. And do you remember the name being one or two words? The only hints I can give are it starts with a T, it ends with winks. I don't know this one.
So there's actually more than two, which I'm sure we'll see as we go on. There's actually more than two spellings of this game.
Mm. Any answers in the chat?
No. Oh, now we do. Titley, Artsy 909.
Okay. All right. So moving along. Tiddlywinks. I'm having a dual memory of the name being one or two words, but it was always spelled Tiddlywinks or Tiddlywinks in my past, which can you can still find. It still exists. Is the words together or are they broken up? Like, so
So I remember Tiddlywinks, one word.
one word. Okay.
Mandanimal says Tiddly,
Tiddlywinks. That
which is
sounds
another way to
familiar to
say
me
it.
too. Interesting. Tiddlywinks sounds familiar.
Mhm.
But the original and the majority of the game sets I see are spelled completely different. Do you recall ever seeing Tiddlywinks or Tiddlywinks? Okay, so what do you remember? That one word or two? Here's some different ways.
So Sandy will be joining us in about 5 minutes. She's uploading.
Okay. As for the one-half words, there is zero consistency, which is an M&E pattern. The game just has two names now, with four different spellings, as if four realities merged, but all realities continue to exist, which is rare for an ME in my experience. Yeah, so you're all right. After writing this presentation correction, I determined that the game falls under what I call a Mandela variation effect. Looking for residue, I came across yet another spelling, tiddlywinks. Yeah, that sounds right to me. And a version with a dash, tiddlywinks, making a grand total of 6 to 8 name variations for one single game. That's so crazy. Yeah, tiddlywinks. All right. Moving right along. Correction again. There's even Tiddly with one D. There shouldn't be this many spellings for one simple game, right?
Yeah, definitely not.
Weird.
There's one
All
particular
right.
spelling. There's one particular spelling that's completely ridiculous. That was on one of the previous slides. It was Tiddledy, Tiddledy, which is so stupid.
Oh God. No. All right, man. Excuse alert. Joseph Ashton Fitzgerald. The game was patented by a British bank clerk, Joseph Ashton Fincher, October 19th, 1889, the name Tiddlywinks, trademarked by him the same year. Tiddlywinks is the preferred modern spelling. The earliest known use of this spelling dates 1894. The spelling Tiddlywinks and the modern spelling first used in 1894, a whole 5 years after the game was invented and trademarked as Tiddet led Tiddled. Can't even say it.
Right?
Okay. Modern right? It also doesn't explain the other 6 to 10 other spellings of the same game.
How about that guy's
Okay, I
name?
I
You
know.
see that? That guy's name
Yeah,
is ridiculous.
yeah.
That
Uh,
middle name or whatever.
uh, uh. I coined the term MBE because in my reality, products/brands were always consistent. Logos, characters, colors, titles, names, etc. were always consistently the same. Yeah. When a company like McDonald's licensed Disney toys, the colors had to be exact, but not in this reality. See, you got Mickey Mouse in blue, pink, and, ducks, yellow, and green, and yellow again. This reality is less organized, more chaotic. In my reality, Mickey's iconic shorts were always red, and Donald Duck was always white, unlike this reality. Any color shorts for Mickey and Donald can be yellow once in a while. There's green shoes. See those? Jeff, with his green shoes.
Yeah.
Oh no. No, that's just wrong. No.
Mickey is all
All
messed up.
right.
All messed up.
Yeah. So is this a Mandela effect? Yes. Well, it may not be a standard ME. It's still a change in our reality. What we remember still exists in addition to multiple realities that shouldn't. And just waiting. All right.
Sandy's on her way backstage.
Good. Because I'm tired of reading. No, it's just my throat. We've got plenty left. So, oh yeah, she's got some good stuff here. So everybody, stay tuned. Continue.
Yeah, she's got some really good stuff coming up. She's been finding stuff like crazy.
Hello,
Hi.
Hey, Sandy.
she's here.
Hi, can you guys hear me okay?
Yeah,
Yes,
Great. So, how much did you get done while I was gone?
a lot.
we're at. Oh, here I'll show you where we're going now. This is
Ah, this one.
Forrest Gump.
Yes.
Do you want to
Feel
read
free to
and give
keep
us a
going.
break? All right, Jeff or Sandy read.
I can do it if you guys, since you guys have been reading. We are all
Hold
aware of
on,
the many changes in Forrest
hold
Gump.
on. I'm sorry, Sandy. Stop. I'm gonna adjust your volume. Needs to be up a little.
You
Hold
can't, it's going to crackle. I haven't been reading much
on.
lately because of it. You can do it, but it's going to sound horrible.
It didn't work. It's not letting me. So let's just see how it goes. Okay. All right, go ahead. All right.
Here, let me see if I can adjust it and you'll see what I mean. Like, I'm sure that's better for a second, but when it starts to crackle, let me know, okay?
Okay.
All right. We are all aware of the many changes in Forrest Gump, but were you aware of a Bollywood remake loaded with residue? Like that white feather right there. Okay. This officially licensed remake is called Lal Singh Chadha, and while they made some changes to fit the culture, it's decently similar to the film in key areas. It just has really bad acting. Hey, Jency. Hi, Shayna.
My mom always
Hi,
said
Shauna.
life was like a box of golgappas. You
never
never know
know
what
what
you're
you're
gonna
gonna
get.
get.
मेरी मम्मी कहती थी कि जिंदगी गोलगप्पे जैसी होती है, पेट भले ही भर जावे, मन नहीं भरता.
So that's the equivalent of life is like a box of chocolates. You don't get. As far as Gump's version, his one is like life is like a box of gold. Your tummy wants more, but what is it?
पेट भले ही भर जावे, मन नहीं भरता.
Your tummy may be full, but your heart always craves more.
My mom
So for the next slides, let me read and then hit play so I can explain what's happening. In this scene, he states life is like Gogopas or a box of Gogopas. The chocolates are swapped for the Indian culture. I can't read because you're covering it up. Gogopas, but his mom says life is like we remember. I can't see. Like, can you zoom out or something? There's like a bar on top of the bottom words.
That's the video.
Oh, I see. I see. All right, we can go to the next one. See, now that is the same slide and it looks just fine. That's weird. All right, you can go on. All right, don't play yet because then I won't be able to read it. In the deathbed scene, she actually says the quote the way we remember it with Gogopas, and YouTuber 16 Leo goes on to say the quote as well.
जिंदगी गोलगप्पे जैसी होती है लाल.
Life is like a box of golgappas. You never know what you're gonna get.
And for those of you who haven't seen it before, here is the quote we remember from the cutting room floor thanks to behind the scenes documentary originally found by Moneybag73.
my mom always said that life is like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get.
So to all those people saying we're misremembering, this exists.
Mm-hmm.
Which is exactly how we remember it in the movie.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Moving on to the real Forrest Gump, I believe it was Shartika Na who discovered the feather had changed from all white to white with brown and gray bands. And like you saw in the first slide, they use an all white feather in the Bollywood movie. So we have a Manskuse alert. There's a few new people in the chat. Hey, Artsy909. Mandela Effect is here. Manskuse is an excuse that they give to explain away the Mandela Effect and discredit us. But we remember the white feather because in our reality, they chose a white feather instead of the banded one. So why is the CGI of the feather white? It would have been super easy just to add those bands onto the CGI. Literally just color them on. So if you play the video, we can see the behind the scenes of that.
And all of the actors, the cars, everything had to be timed just right, so the camera was always in the exact spot we wanted it to be. The feather was a blue screen feather with simply a monofilament line on it, with a fan underneath blowing it, and I'm just sort of dancing with it almost, just trying to get some moves.
And what I do is take one of those feather elements and actually composite it over the background so that I could see it, and I can actually manipulate the size of the feather or the position so that I can actually choreograph where it is, what direction it's going, and where it's going to end up. In this way, we actually can have the whole flight path be exactly what we want it to be.
Good night, Shanna.
Good night.
Night, Shanna.
Teresa is putting a post in the groups for us right now. Okay, we remember the white feather because in our reality, I can't read it. Can you hit back again? Once it starts playing, it covers it up. I can't see it.
I can't do anything, though.
And all of the actors, the cars, everything had to be timed.
Can you read it?
It's not that one. It's the next slide.
Yeah, you're reading this, right?
And all of the actors, the cars, everything.
No, you read.
Oh, okay. We already read it. All right, we're fine then. Sorry about that.
You're crackling up a bad.
Yeah, it's time. I know, that's why it's the audio. It's got to be on automatic, which is lower. They messed something up bad.
All right, that's fine. Okay.
Yeah. So
All right,
here
so
we can
here's
see
the
the white feather.
Okay.
They actually glued a feather to his shoe so that they knew exactly where to land the CGI feather. All right, so I also found a new change from what I remember in the scene where Forrest says goodbye to Jenny in Washington, D.C. What do you remember Forrest doing in this scene? Waving, making a peace sign, or making a peace sign with both hands? If you already saw this on Brian's show, just answer what you originally answered, please, in the chat. Curious or Jeff, what do you guys remember?
I remember him waving.
Yeah, me too.
I don't have any answers in the chat yet. There's 11 of you watching. Come on, guys. If you didn't see it, it's okay. It's understandable. Anyone? Hey, Michael Fontaine. Michael Fontaine is saying waving. Probably from researching this so much, I got a little update. I have researched Forrest Gump so many times. Mandanimal is waving. All right. And the butterfly, welcome, is waving. Oh, it's so nice. Gen C today says, love stream so far. We can go on, Carrie, sir. We don't have any more answers right now. Hi, Michael Fontaine. I've seen this movie 1,000 times. I have never seen his other hand making a peace sign. Have you? So he is making a peace sign. This one, there's a second slide where it says, I remember a peace sign. Oh, something happened there. Jeff, am I crazy? Wasn't there a slide there?
I thought so too, yeah.
Huh. The only residue I could find comes from the production stills of the movie. This is exactly what I remember. His hand just down by his side. Like I said, I probably got the update going from a waving to a peace sign just from researching this so much. But I do not remember two peace signs. It's, again, mirroring the as above, so below occult saying that it's just bad. Got a few new ones tonight, guys. So if you have seen this stuff, hang in there. We have new ones coming.
There we go. Here, Jeff, you want to read? I'll read the next one.
Yeah. Once in a while, we find changes that are subtle, but they are still changes to our reality, which shouldn't be able to occur. This is one of those changes. Which Benny the Taxi do you remember? 1. A orangey, yellow, blue metal, gray fenders. 2. A brighter yellow, gray metal, black fenders.
Definitely two.
2 for me.
Who ever heard of an orange cat?
The orange
Doesn't look
cat
like a
company.
cat.
So Michael Fontaine is a 2. B Butterfly is a 2. Anybody? Come on, guys. I'm sure most of you have seen this movie, if not all of you. We got 9 lurkers. Actually, one of them's probably me. Well, we're going to go on then. We have a lot to cover.
Can you read that?
Yeah. He's number 1 now. Orange with gray fenders. Blue tinged metal accents. Some promotional photos still have the yellow I remember, but the video was orange, even when I lighten it up.
That's better. I can't believe they locked me up for driving on a sidewalk.
Come on, Eddie, get in!
It was just a couple of miles. I'll drive.
But I want to drive.
No, I'll drive. I'm the cab. Out of my way, pencil neck. How about this weather, huh? It never rains. How about those Brooklyn Dodgers?
Alright.
What the hell?
So I have clips of different scenes so you can see it in different lighting.
Happening like this.
And this is the rope from the safe that was dropped on Acme.
I think your lab...
Leave his will where we could find... What the hell happened? Over, Raj. You've done enough driving for one night.
And then the swatches were there so you could see it's definitely orange.
Benny, you go for the cops. I'm gonna say... Over, Raj. You've done enough driving for one night.
All right. So,
Also, do you remember red patches on the wheels? If there were patches, they were the same color as the tires, not red. I do not remember this. Do you?
Absolutely not. Jeff,
No.
new slide coming up.
Nope.
Jeff?
Even the original posters and home media covers now have the red patch on the tire. They are also beginning to reflect the previous MEs I found in the movie.
So you got like Jessica in the sparkly pink dress instead of red. It's pink now on the cover.
yeah.
Roger Rabbit's got blue eyes with pink soles on his feet. And you see me highlighting the eyes of Benny. You're going to see why in a second.
What color eyes do you remember, Sandy?
Just plain black, like that.
See, I do remember the blue eyes. That's not a change for me.
It's only in 2 scenes. It's erasing for you then.
Even the figures I had of him when I was a kid, he had the blue eyes, though.
They're almost all gone, so that's a change for you too.
Wait, so you're telling me it's only in 2 scenes?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
All the scenes I just showed of the movie, it's just plain black.
Oh, wow.
So guys, in the chat, do you remember the blue eyes, or do you just remember it plain black? Because let me tell you something. Wouldn't the blue affect the color of the headlights? Well, then again, wouldn't the black? I don't know. It's a cartoon. Doesn't matter.
Also, in just a few scenes only, Benny now has blue eyes. Have you ever seen his eyes blue before? Benny's, no. Roger's, yes.
Oh, I'm talking about the car. In the movie, his eyes constantly switch between white and blue. They were white for me. So you'll find scenes where they're white and scenes where they're blue.
For the cab, right?
No, now we're talking about Roger.
Oh, okay. I also need to ask, does anyone remember black tires? I keep seeing fan drawings using black tires instead of the white ones, so I was just curious to know if anyone else remembers this.
And also not a single red patch on a black tire.
Nope.
Made Animal says no blue eyes for Benny.
What is that red patch even supposed to be? I don't get it.
I think there's supposed to be plugs on the tires.
They wouldn't need to have such detail on something like that. That's stupid.
It is stupid.
There's one more thing, but I'm not sure about it. The ride in Disneyland and some toys have a feature that isn't there. Do you remember a retractable roof instead of the spare tire on the back?
And Animal says yes, black tires. No, they're not white wall. They are completely white tires. Mandela affected. So here we're seeing yellow. Lots of yellow. The highlights are white tires with no plugs on it. Interestingly, some of it is from the movie. You're up, Curiouser.
Okay. All right. Over the years, I found many changes to the Disney universe, but this time the changes are even more ridiculously ridiculous than usual. Mickey Mouse's torso and shorts have changed for me. Which one do you remember? One, two, or three?
Now, last night, the chat blew both me and Jeff away because they all have the current memory. Blew my mind.
Yeah, mine too.
I mean, no way.
Mhm.
That's okay. It's okay to have the current memory. Curiouser, what do you remember?
I'll go with one.
Thank goodness.
No, I'm a one on this one.
Go ahead, guys. It's okay. Answer what you remember. It's okay to have the current memory. Gentsy's a one. Gentsy, did you answer one yesterday? Okay, so Mandanimal's a one for the skinny body and for the, the pants being the height of the pants, but the width of the pants, Mandanimal's a three. Gency says Mickey got fat over time.
Mm.
All right, we can go on.
In my past, he was slim, no protruding belly, and his pants went to his middle like this residual evidence above. Yes, he was not, didn't have a big fat belly. But occasionally, with very few exceptions, Mickey is uh, plus three now. Do you remember Mickey like this? 100% I do not. His belly's round now. Sometimes he looks pregnant, and his pants are pulled up higher than the pants of a 100-year-old man.
I need to say something. Mandanimal. There is a different style, Mickey, that is in a cartoon on the Disney Channel where he's got a really skinny body and the pants look like they're not attached to his body. They're so large, it's like they stick out, and then his body's smaller inside. But that's like a specific style of that cartoon. Is that the one you're thinking of? You can go on, Curious. I'm just waiting for an answer in the chat.
For context, now his pants would look how his pants would look if Mickey wore a human. LOL. He looks absolutely ridiculous. The pants were never pulled up this high in my past. Yeah.
It looks so dumb.
Here are older images showing round Mickey with pants too high. Yeah.
I added one red slide at the very end because there are 3 images I wanted to show that I forgot to include.
Oh, look at that. Bad influence on children. Or those his suspenders? No.
Now just a light reflection that looks like suspenders.
No.
So here's some residue.
Last week, I mentioned the dots in Mickey's palm. I've solved the mystery to what they are, but I've still never seen this before. I started noticing smaller dots close to the wrist, and even on Minnie, and then I found this. Small dots is a button closing off the glove, and the hole is the gap that is made from buttoning the glove closed. No way, never. That's weird.
I used to have like a World of Disney book that talked about the history of Mickey Mouse and stuff like that. I've never seen this hole on his hand before.
Yeah. That. That Mickey.
That's even dumber than the pants.
Also, can you go back to that slide for 1 second? There's something weird happening that I've never seen before. I need to point it out. The last slide. Guys, do you remember him having a pocket? Because in the pin on the left and the card game on the right, he's sticking his hands in a pocket. I've never seen a pocket. I've never seen him stick his hand in a pocket before. And that card game's from the 1960s. And look how the logo's overlapping. And with pin is from the 90s or the early 2000s. Never seen a pocket before.
No.
Hey, Philo.
Hey, Philo.
So what's next?
Welcome.
And Danimal says no pockets. Yeah, but there was never a place for a pocket. Okay, we're doing Betty Boop now. A famous vintage cartoon character is changed from my memory in 2 ways. And it's actually 5 ways now, or 6. But we'll get to that. You know, as I research, I find more things. Okay, bonus question before we start with the real question, because I found this after I was done. What color eyes do you remember Betty Boop having in color cartoons, collectibles, tattoos, etc. Number 1, black and blue. Number 2, black and green. Or number 3, just black. 1, 2, or 3 in the chat. What do you remember? Not rainbow. And Animal remembers 3. Don't
Yeah,
you
I'll
dare,
definitely
Philo.
go.
I'm not reading
Definitely
it.
3, yeah.
We're not putting that out into the universe. No way.
3, definitely.
3 for me too. Jency's guessing 3.
Flash.
Yeah, we're not putting that out there, Chef. We all saw what happened in Jiminy Cricket.
Yeah.
No. Anyone else? Going once? Philo does remember her eyes, all 3 colors. And since that's the current reality, that makes sense. You can go on Curious, so this is a long folder. I remember only ever seeing black when I've seen her in color. But officially, the iris color is green. And I found several images with blue eyes as well.
No.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Mm-hmm. Here's the official green eyes, which are sometimes very pale. They get very dark as well. Hey, Maddie.
With her dark hair and brows, she looks like she's wearing contact lenses. Right?
Yeah,
Oh, it's terrible.
it is terrible. Here's the blue ones. I don't have to read it. You can see it's blue. Here's the black that most of us remember.
Yeah.
So question number 1, actually question 2. Which hairstyle do you remember? A, B, or C? The differences are.
A.
Okay, A has 6 curls on each side. B has 7 curls with 3 in the back, 3 and 4 in the front. And C has 8 curls with 4 in the front and 4 in the back. Philo is an A.
A.
Maddie is an A. Panel, Curious or Jeff, what do you guys remember?
I already said A.
A.
Both say A. Well, we can go on. Named animals an A. I'm honestly torn between A and B. They both look right to me, but the current reality is C. I have no memory of the extra set of curls on top of the head, which makes it look like she has demon horns. Does anyone remember them? Aha, file of fire. C in a windstorm, though. No, I'm talking about like statues that are molded like this. Absolutely not. Question 2. Which dress do you remember being the standard dress that Betty Boop wears? Left or right? Was it form-fitting or was it flared out?
Definitely want the first one.
Left.
Okay. In the chat? Both Maddie and Violet Power say left. And Danimal says more like left, but not exactly. We can move on. We're not getting any more answers. While Betty Boop is described as a flapper girl in the 1920s. You okay?
Okay. Sorry.
It's okay. Her dress was form-fitting in my past. But now her standard dress is the one on the right. Frilly at the bottom, flared out, and curled, which mirrors her hairstyle. Is this what you remember? No, Mandanimal, she was not wearing a lampshade. Very good point. You can go on, Curious. I read it all. She does have an alternate standard dress, which is straight at the bottom, but the edge still curls up and out, which also looks like demon horns. I also have zero memory of her original dress or her demon ears and hands. Seriously, WTH. Can you zoom in on those hands? Are you able to? Look at that. Why? Why would they do that to her ears and hands? Uh-oh. I need someone to take over reading. My earpiece needs to be switched out. Can you hear me okay?
Yeah.
My earpiece, the one that I have to charge, just fell on the floor in the dark. So it could just connect to it and I won't be able to shut it off. Great. So question 3. Do you remember this heart on her dress? Because I do not.
No.
No.
It's not on there all the time. It's mainly comics, some collectibles, and some drawings. But it's there, and it was never there for me before.
Weird.
Welcome, Foxy Rockstar. The Cinderella Mandela Effect and Betty Boop, a case of Mandela mirroring. I covered Cinderella's ball gown changing from blue to white a long time ago. This is important to remember because the color change affects Betty Boop. Good night, Mandela Affected. Thanks for being here.
Good night.
Good night.
In my past, in the past, we have covered Cinderella's hair changing from yellow blonde to light brown to orange throughout the film. It's not like it changed and stopped. It's different depending on the scene. But I believe the yellow blonde is missing now. Not only was there one single Betty Boop cartoon in color, a take on Cinderella, but her ball gown was blue and is now white. It's changed just like Cinderella's dress. But that's not all. Her hair is orange red as well. Just like we've seen Cinderella's blonde hair switching to an orange red in the Disney movie. And if you go back to the previous slide, you can see with the blue dress, Betty Boop has her normal hair color. So not only did the dress change, but her hair did as well. It really makes those green eyes stand out. Curiouser, do you want to read your part?
Sure. Last but certainly not least, her famous line has changed for me too. What words do you remember for the blanks? Boop, blank, blank, doop.
So guys, in the chat, what are the 2 blanks that you remember? Boop, blank, blank, dupe. No, Brian has the clip. It's not in Flickr. I don't see any answers in the chat. Okay, so Philo says boop, boop, be, dupe, or boop, boop, a boop, 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 a doop. So she remembers it just like I do, a dual memory. Boop, B for bee butterfly.
I have a dual memory on this one.
That's not the current, right?
Not the current, no. I remember boop boop dee doop and boop boop bee doop.
Yes. He remembers D, D-E instead of B-E. It's okay. You don't have to apologize for writing it out.
Um, 100,000%. It was boop boop for me, but I'm having a dual memory on the second word. Boop be and boop boopy or boop both sound correct.
And also boop D now. I'm having like a triple memory because what Jeff says sounds right too.
Boop boopy do is what I remember. B. But I guess boop 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 I did. I don't know. Maybe both exist. I don't know. But
No, that's
yeah.
it is now this. This is
Boop
it
boop
right
I
here.
do. Okay, I don't remember the very well. Not just
Or
boop
the oop.
boopy. But
Like
neither
oops a
are the
daisy.
current reality. Her famous line is now boop boop dop a doop.
Now oop.
No, I'm sorry. Boop boop op a doop. Boop
It is
op a
so hard to
doop.
say.
Not boop boop. Is this your memory? No. Boop op a doop. No.
It is someone's current memory. Who was it? Mandanimal remembers boop oop a doop. Michael, we don't want people clicking a link and leaving our show. And that is not what we want. I'll message Brian and see if he can send it to me. But Curiouser had almost 20 folders to go through tonight. I don't know if she has time. We'll see.
Unfortunately, I got to jump off because I got to get to bed.
Yeah. Nice. All right. Here's boop boop dee doo. Boop boop dee doo. That's what I remember. Boop boop dee doo. Dee doo.
Do you want to stay for one more folder? Because I covered something of yours.
Yeah.
All right, we'll skip ahead. After this, we're going to go to Stretch Armstrong.
Okay.
And you can read it, Jeff.
All right.
This is actually, that's a piece of fabric in the bottom left, the tan thing. And it says boop, boop, be boop, be doop. An actual piece of fabric.
Mhm. Yeah.
All right, Carrie, so you're going to jump to the top to Stretch Armstrong really quickly, just so Jeff can read it before he heads out.
Okay.
Sorry for the crappy drawings, guys. I was rushing to get into the show. I was working on this while you were watching the first part of the show. I don't even think Jeff has a wrench.
All right. I could be completely wrong on this one, but it's bothering me, so I wanted to ask you about a classic toy, Stretch Armstrong. Which feet do you remember on Stretch Armstrong? 1, sneakers, 2, wrestler boots, 3, bare feet.
So, guys in the chat, how do you remember his feet? Do you remember them with sneakers, wrestler's boots, or barefoot? What do you remember? We've got no answers in the chat. So it's a 2 for Mandanimal. It's a 3 for Philo Fire, she thought.
Two for me.
Is it?
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Well, I don't want to give it away, so I'll wait. I'll wait to ask you after we get to that question. Okay, we can go on. Curious, or unless, do you want to tell us what you remember?
I don't know this one. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah, Jeff.
Question number 2. Credit Jeff Zanzibar. Which outfit was he wearing? Do you remember left or right?
What do you guys remember? Left or right for what he's wearing? You know, doing this, like these question style thingies, making people think, this has got to help our brains, stay sharp as we age.
Yeah, definitely.
Good.
Meatball sausage bikini.
And also a left for me butterfly.
That's right for me.
And that's what I was going to say. You remember the wrestler boots with the right?
Yeah.
Oh, interesting.
It did take me a while looking at it, but that's what I remember.
Okay. You're up.
I'm now having a duel on the clothes and feet, thanks to Jeff, who does not remember the clothes like they are now. But neither one of us remember bare feet. Do you? Jeff remembers the right side with a tank, shorts, and number 1 sneakers like the image above. I remember this as well, but also remember the wrestler Speedo and wrestler boots, which is on the other Stretch dolls, but not Stretch Armstrong.
And I put sneakers, so I thought that's what you remembered with the picture.
Actually, I'm having a duel on that one. But I mostly remember the boots.
Gotcha. Me too. No problem, Philo. We're here to entertain.
All right. Here we go. Show up on my screen, will you? Here we go. Stretch Armstrong wears a blue Speedo with bare feet. Is this your memory? I also remember him wearing red.
I 100% remember him wearing red, not blue. That looks so bland and boring.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's him, Philo. The old one, like the 60s one, and then the 80s one on the right. Or the 70s, I don't know, it's on the left. Curiouser?
Yeah?
You can go on.
Oh.
I know Jeff is watching that clock.
Also, I could have just missed these. Did you know there were Stretch Armstrong licensed figures like Spider-Man and the Hulk? I've never seen different characters before by the company that made Stretch Armstrong. No, me either.
You guys remember Stretch Armstrong? Actually, it was called like Stretch Hulk. Stretch. It's still the Stretch series, but they just changed Armstrong to the character.
You wouldn't like me when I'm stretchy.
Yeah. What's the other one? X-Men? Just generic X-Men.
Yeah.
But there's also an octopus, and one is flesh-colored. Why is that? Hi, Chloe. Oh, for those that don't know, that's Jeff's dog's name.
Yep, drinking pup. All right. Again, I can't say this is an ME for sure, but I really do not remember this doll like this. What do you think? Could this be a possible change?
See, there's Stretch Hulk. Just Stretch Hulk. Mandela says no Stretch Hulk. Flush, hooray! So there are knockoffs, and actually it's not even WWE or F or any of them. It's just knockoffs of wrestlers that are stretchy, dressed like I remember Stretch Armstrong. There's a red one in the top right corner. Stretch Armstrong. That's what I remember. Not so chubby looking though. Do you know what I'm saying? Like a little too chubby. But I couldn't find any residue whatsoever. But Jeff, that was the last slide, so I hope you have a good night.
Thanks, you too.
Talk to you tomorrow.
All right. Good night,
Have a good
everybody.
night.
Good
All
night,
right.
Crystal.
Good night.
Good
Yeah.
night.
Thanks for being here. Good night.
Good
Good
night.
night.
All right, it is just us now. And we can go back to where we left off. After Betty Boop.
We don't have much more.
No, we're almost done. But there is a couple new
Oh.
ones left.
Alrighty.
You want to read or want me to read?
Sure, I can read. Not too long ago, the internet went crazy over blue-black dress that many saw as gold-white. Then a new one once again had many people confused, a pink-white sneaker that many saw as mint gray. Yeah, I remember this. Yeah, I saw it as mint gray. What is this? Okay. Well, now there's another confusing photo thanks to singer Billie Eilish. Her Nike shoes not only confused the internet, but confused her own dad. Only he was confused in person, not from the photo. What two colors do you see here? What
All
two
right, guys.
colors do you see?
Guys, what colors do you see in this picture?
I see a light pink. Or it's like white, but like pinkish.
Okay. Let's see what the chat says. Powdery pink and white, says Fire. Sneaky sneakers, says Mandanimal. Yes, they are. Anybody else? All you have to do is look at the screen and tell me what you see. Nothing hard here. This should get the most answers. Tan and white, guesses Michael Fontaine. Light pink and white, says Bee Butterfly. Anyone else before we reveal what they really are? Sneaky. Well, we can move on. No one else is answering.
Okay. Her fans who saw white with pink letters started telling her she needed to get her eyes checked. It upset her so much that she took another picture outside to prove everyone wrong. Shoes are mint with white letters. The white of the letters is a little red, little gray looking because they're dirty from constant use, according to Eilish. Okay, so mint with white letters, they're a little gray and constantly used. Oh, okay, so mint, white letter. Well, I can kind of see that, yeah, but I mean, you really have to look.
And if you look at the pink shoe next to it, you can clearly see. If you go back and compare it with that pink shoe, she purposely put a sneaker that was pink next to it so you could see that it's not pink.
Mm-hmm.
It's definitely mint green. Hi, Fiver.
I'm showing this because I'm really starting to believe that this is a Mandela effect, not just a weird play on light. Why is it that photos like this didn't break the internet until 2017? I think perception and vision are changing. That's the ME. What do you think? Could be. Definitely, definitely
Fiverr,
possible.
Fiverr says hi.
Hi, Fiber.
Philo says they are green needle. But seriously, the internet's been around for decades now. Pictures have been shared for decades. How is it that these weird pictures are only popping up after 2017?
Mm,
I don't know.
yeah,
I just find that odd.
yeah, it
Is
is.
this the last folder?
We're going. Yeah, last one.
Last one. All right, guys. This one's cool. Humanity has a new type of fire, and its discovery is thanks to tornadoes and supercomputers. Researchers at the University of Maryland and in China have accidentally created a new type of flame that burns quietly with no soot, making it naturally occurring clean fire. So, fire from like a regular flame source, like a match, that burns cleanly. Unlike fire created with chemicals such as butane, this starts as a regular fire, but with the help of tornadic wind, spins to a clean new form of fire called a blue whirlwind. The top is the stages from regular flame to blue whirlwind. As it burns, it spins just like a tornado or a top, and researchers, wow, I can't talk. Researchers believe this could have many practical uses from heating to cooking once contained and sustained for longer periods.
See, you're starting to read like me now, stumbling over words.
It is
That's how
fancy.
I
I think I
read.
made up that word, Philo.
Okay.
Philo says tornadic, fancy. I think I
Tornado.
made it up. It should be a word, but it's not.
In a round glass tank with slits in its side, researchers placed the liquid N-heptane onto a pool of water. When lit, the fire uses the oxygen in the air as slits in the tank cause the fire to whirl. This creates a normal yellow burning fire tornado. To tame the yellow fire tornado, the engineers injected a slow, steady stream of fuel from below. As the flame feeds off the fuel, it shrinks and turns blue. While there is still much to be learned about the flame, researchers did note they were able in a round glass tank with
Okay, so this comes from Tomo News. It shows how the experiments created the fire, and here it is, the blue whirlwind. And then there's another video, which is clearer.
flame was recently discovered, and researchers believe it could be the key to cleaning up oil spills. Flame was recently discovered, and researchers believe
Oh yeah, that's another thing. They can put this over water to use the oil spill as the fuel. They can clean up oil spills with it. I forgot that.
Oh, that's good. All right.
Mm-hmm. Oh, it's new to all of us. This is new fire.
Yeah.
For the first time in the history of everything, we have new fire.
Yeah. Nice. Alrighty, I guess that's the last photo then. So
That's it. And next week we're gonna have a show next week for Christmas, right?
yes,
So
as
Christmas
soon as
starts next
possible.
week.
Yeah, we'll have a show soon. Let's just say that.
We don't know the day yet, but keep an
Mhm.
eye out. Make sure the bell is checked to get notified. If you're in any of the Facebook groups, Teresa usually shares them. If you're Curiouser has a Facebook group, which you would know that we're going live if you were in the
Yes.
group. Just
Yes.
do you want me to put a link to your group in the chat?
Sure. Sure, you can.
And it's the same thing as Teresa's group where you have to answer the questions or you'll be denied. So make sure you answer the questions to join the group. Give me 1 second to find it because I have to go into the web browser to get it. Am I in the wrong? I'm in the wrong account. Oh, here it is. Yeah, I'm in the wrong account. It's telling me to join. Switching accounts. Give me 1 second, guys. There we go. How do I share this? Oh, I just copied the link. Duh. Copy. Okay, Curiouser's group is in the chat. Feel free to join if you'd like, and you will get notified of all the shows. Well, thank you for being here, everybody.
Yeah, thank you, everyone, and we'll see us here soon. Like I said, I'm gonna have a show here soon again, and it's been a great show. So, well, thanks for joining, and good night, everyone.
Good night, everyone. We'll see you next week for Christmas.